I'll be speaking to the results of the fiscal 24 audit. My name is Ben Levitt. I'm the lead audit partner with CWDL for the Peralta Community College District. And I'm going to be running through a few high-level points related to the audit, describing a bit about the team, where the audit requirements coming from, going through the scope of the audit, and then finally getting into the results. A little bit about the team. You see myself at the top there, joined by my fellow partners, Dennis Maschke and John Dominguez. We also had some very experienced audit leads on the team by way of Stephen Curry and Kyle Holtz, accompanied by staff, all of whom have over 3 years of experience directly with California community college districts. This is very much the focus of our firm. We work with about half of the system. Looking at the audit requirement, that's coming from two main places, both education code as well as the district's own board policy 6400 concerning the requirement for financial audits on an annual basis. And those audits span a broad range of scope. The district audit itself is consisting of 4 auditors' reports that it contains, starting with, at the very front of the report, the independent auditor's report, which speaks to the results of our testing on the fairness of the presentation of the overall financial statements. We also, in the other auditor's report section, toward the back of that document, have our yellow book report where we speak to the results of testing on internal controls and controls over compliance, our federal single audit work on our federal testing, and our state audit on state compliance. In addition to the district audit scope, we also worked with the district during fiscal 24 on the financial and performance audits of the measures A and G bond programs, as well as the measures B and E financial and performance audits for those parcel tax programs. Getting into the results of the audit, one thing to note right off the top is that the only findings in fiscal 24 impacted the district entity. There were no exceptions noted in either the bond or parcel tax financial and performance audits. And for the district, there were 2 exceptions noted as finding 2024-001 and 002. Finding 001 concerns our federal testing. We noted this as a carryover comment from the prior year with respect to documented procedures concerning several key SFA department, student financial aid department processes, R2T4 or return to Title IV calculations, student award packaging, and students selected for verification by Department of Ed. We noted that during fiscal 24 and really just during the beginning of fiscal 24, there was still one college that had not implemented those documented procedures. But we are, based on our conversations and documents we've reviewed with management, confident that this finding will be implemented as of fiscal 25. And then finding number 2 concerns our testing over a portion of the procedures required for audit by the Chancellor's Office in their annual updates to the Contracted District Audit Manual. And this was procedure concerning the Student-Centered Funding Formula Base Allocation, FTES, specifically the part relating to actual hours of attendance or positive attendance. We noted that out of our sample of courses, there was a course, or I think several courses that were noted as being claimed at 100% participation in the positive attendance or actual hours category. And on further examining that through interviews with the instructors, we determined that that reporting for some of those courses was incorrect, that there was a misunderstanding held by some instructors of the district that courses were to be reported at 100% participation when in fact the actual rate of participation was lower. The compliance requirement is that actual hours, actual participation be reported. And so there is a question cost that is not to exceed $70,141. And the reason why we've got it written up like that, rather than just indicating the question cost, is because at the time of finalization of the audit, we had not been able to get the actual rosters supporting the actual hours of participation. And so the current not to exceed amount is just that. That is, if those classes had zero participation, which we know is not the case based on our conversations with the instructors, this would be the amount that would be falling into question. Since we know there's at least some portion of participation, once those actual rosters become available, it can be furnished by management. We look forward to updating the report and indicating a lower question cost related to this finding. But nonetheless, that is the amount that is not to exceed as of the date of the audit report. And then one thing that we always like to share are any comments from the prior year that are closed out, in addition to those current year findings. And we do note one comment from the prior year, finding 2023-002, that we are able to close out. This was a comment relating to our federal testing that looked at the district's procedures and, as noted in the prior year, some delays and issues over outstanding student refund checks. And based upon the results of our testing in the current year, we note no such concerns in that area. And so we reflect that as implemented for fiscal 24. And then at a very high level, just taking a step back, the district report, along with both the bond and parcel tax audits, we are able to express an unmodified opinion over all of those sets of financial statements. We note no disagreements with management, no uncorrected misstatements. And so with that opinion, we are able to express the highest quality opinion an audit firm can render. And that is to say the financial statements for fiscal 24 as released by the district can absolutely be relied upon by the district's governing board and all of the district stakeholders. And then further detailing out, there are no financial statement findings noted for the district during fiscal 24, two compliance findings as described just a moment ago, and then no findings as recapping from earlier on either the bond measure audits, performance and financial, or the performance and financial parcel tax audits. And so with that, just always like to express our appreciation to the district's governing board and district management for the privilege of working with Peralta Community College District. And we look forward to working with the team once again in fiscal 25.